Thank God it's the weekend, right, everybody? Welcome in, everybody. Tap the screen, like the live, share it out with your friends, family, coworkers, and especially your family, because it is the weekend. Welcome in, Skittles. How you doing, dear? Hope all's well with you and everybody else. Tonight we have an interesting live, a really interesting live. Yeah, I got notes actually. Yes, notes. And we have somebody that has returned back to this platform decide to want to turn around and take it upon themselves. Somebody that you guys all might have a little bit of a remembrance of. I've been watching on the side, and believe you me, some of the stuff that I've been seeing, it's kind of horrifying. I have screenshots. I don't know if you really want me to put them up or not. How you doing, Crispy Pickle? Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Tap screen like live. That's all I ask. One person we're putting up tonight, and these are all going to be new for you. Well, new for some of you. Some of you may know who they are because you may have come across them before. Hey, Suze. Hey, DB. Welcome in, everybody. Just tap the screen like live. Yeah, some of them are new. Some of you have sent me them. So, and yes, I do have my coffee with me tonight. It would be tea, but coffee is usually good with me. So, coffee. That's right, coffee. Hey, look, this is not going to be a long live. I'm just putting it out there. This is going to be an up and coming newbie FNG live, I guess you can say. And that's saying it nicely. Coffee. So let's just get into it. So I remember doing awareness a while ago about this person. Oh, wait. This person right here. You all remember Stud Soldier? You know, the one that says that she's related to the Island Boys and she's a family member of Walt Disney and yeah, that one. And then the one that said that there was a fire at the hotel and we falsified those claims and everything else. Yeah, this one. She's back in earnest. However, I do give credit where credit is due. She has a job, and I will not tell anybody where her job is. However, what gives me the concerns is to the fact that her Cash App's in her bio. And two, she does quite a few things that I would probably not suggest doing in front of, hey, stand up, how you doing? In front of a live audience as well as in front of kids. I'm just saying, I'm putting it out there as a safety factor as to the reason why I don't think it's a good idea to do that. But I'm going to show the proof where the proof needs to be shown because receipts need to be shown regardless. So here's the setup. Tray table on lap, working on something. I'll give you one explanation is what it is, but you'll probably already pick it out. But at the same time, kids are in the hotel room as well. Thankfully, and thank God, none of them got the got in the screen viewer. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. And that causes me concern. Now, they did eventually kick them out of the room, but needless to say, oh, crap. You didn't need to see all that. needless to say, well, where's the picture? Yeah, here it is. There you go. There you go. The end result. Now that I'm sorry, but that's a sad situation. You got to kick the kids out of the room. Yes, she's knitting. That's correct. Look, everybody, teachers are own, but I don't think that I'd be going around doing that on a live for the safety of kids. I'm just saying. But regardless of the fact that they removed them out of they went to another room and so forth, it's still not good. It's not a good look. So the story behind her is she claims that she's a family member of Disney, as in Walt Disney. That's been disproven because the Disney family and any relations to the Disney family have literally put her on stop with openly admitting that she's any kind of kin to Walt Disney or to the Disney family or thereof. She also claims that she is a relative of the Island Boys, which is not true either. One of the Island Boys actually got into her live and told her to stop. So I'm just putting it out there. They have multiple kids, and the kids are her significant others. They stay in the room. The kids sleep on the floor. At one time, they had multiple kittens. I don't know what has happened with them. Other family members stay in the same hotel, just on a different floor. And that's where the kids go to when they're doing this. So, hey, certified, how you doing, dear? But yeah, my moral compass says safety for the kids comes first. I could care less about her or significant other, although I think they need help. But they only want to do the minimum as to much as what they can do, and that's it. Now, where they get their supply is from the same hotel that they're in. So do the math. I've gone down this road with her before. We've had multiple lives about her in the past. She got off for a while, and now all of a sudden she's making an appearance back, sadly. I don't know if it's to get the attention or if any other apps aren't working, and at this moment, hey, how you doing, baby? Gee, welcome in, everybody. All I ask that you tap the screen, tap the crap out of it for the sustenance of the live. I don't expect gifts. I don't want gifts, and I've turned them off appropriately. But the headset that she has on, it was interesting because she was talking in the headset and listening as well. And when she was talking, you could really tell that it was sensitive. That headset is very sensitive. They have, don't do the math. At one point in time, they claimed that they had a hotel fire and that they had lost everything in the hotel fire, which that had turned out to be a lie. Because they had still had all their items that were associated with them. We debunked that lie last year, I believe, if I remember correct. But she's back on now. She comes on late at night sometimes. So, and she has her Cash App in her bio. Let me put her page up real quick again. It's the X Legends X23 is her Cash App. Yes, CLA, she's back. Somehow she was able to obtain or reobtain her page back because there was a live that I was watching where she was talking about that and about how they were able to reacquire their page back. And a lot of her pages or her lives were going down because people or individuals were reporting her for being underage. Sorry, I got hiccups. That's the reason why they mass lost their page. But they were able to obtain it back and get it back. So, Stud Soldier trying to make a return. So another gentleman, and I don't have too many screenshots of this gentleman, Big Rick, was live the other day. I joined his live and just sat and listened. I didn't make any comments or anything. I did offer up resources, and I think I have a screenshot, but I'm not positive. I think the next one I do have screenshots. However, he was asking for financial assistance or financial help because apparently his son's birthday was the day that he was on live. And he was on almost all day long, which was interesting enough. But, you know, and he didn't want anything. He didn't need anything. He just wanted straight out money. Big time. That's all he wanted. Which was a shame because he'd already known that his son's birthday was coming up, but yet he didn't seem to have anything saved up. This gentleman suffers from PTSD and a couple other ailments. He does draw Social Security, but I've noticed that, you know, I guess, yeah, I know. And that's the catch. They have time to plan it out, but I guess they don't think that short term figures. But yeah, he's got a vehicle. He was employed through law enforcement, I guess you could say. I don't know whether it was prison or local police department, but it was through the authoritative position would be the best way to put it. But he was asking for money. Yeah, corrections officer. That's right, Princess. Thank you. And but he sits on live all day, or at least a good chunk of the day, just asking for money. He doesn't want resources or anything. Doesn't want any help. Doesn't really communicate with his chat real well either, which is interesting. But nonetheless, and his GoFundMe that he has in his page is not really an active GoFundMe. There is no amount. There is no, unless I looked at it wrong way. But when I looked it up, there wasn't anything really showing, you know, how much he's asking for, or that not that much of a profile or his situation, in my opinion. Do I think that he should be arrested? I don't know. That's up to the authorities. I don't know what kind of legalities he's gotten himself into. However, I was sent him and I sat and watched him for a while. How you doing, Mama Coco? Because that's the best thing to do. I made remarks as to saying hello and offered up resources for him, but he didn't, like I said, he didn't care. He straight up wanted everyone's money. And that was the sad point of perspective of the live. Then, after so long, he actually stopped his live and got off then. But I think it was time that he had to go get his kids or child. So that was a sad situation. How you doing, Nancy? Welcome in, everybody. Just tap the screen, like live. So the next one is going to take a while. This one's going to shock you guys for the most part. This wonderful lady. So here's my notes. And yes, I do have notes because I come with notes. So this lady here, back in 2020, had received a good chunk of money or a small inheritance from a family member. Yeah, heavy metal mom. She's interesting, isn't she? She purchased a trailer for 11 grand, a car for 20 grand, and a $5,000 water filtration system for said trailer, saying that it was a necessity. But from my understanding and watching her, she is a chronic complainer. She also comes up with multiple excuses. Shasky, I don't know if it's a destination trailer or not. I think it was an actual mobile home. Hey, little man, how you doing? Her lot rent in the park that she was staying at went up in the last 6 years, $500 to $800 a month. The money that she had gotten from the inheritance, she went through that like it was no tomorrow. It's gone. All of it. She had none of it saved up. And she didn't even have enough money to cover the electric bill, so she turned to the church and asked them to help her pay the electric bill. Well, they did. The church came through and paid the electric bill. But she always, and she is drawing Social Security herself as well. And I think she was getting, yeah. Hey, Violet, how you doing? It was interesting. I'm sorry, I got to go back through. Okay, so look, I'm not going to put anybody, out there as to the fact of how they live and how do they reside and so forth. But apparently, and I saw a video of her establishment, and yes, it became, hey, how you doing, Tatted? It became a hoarding situation, we'll say. That's her sweetness is her double-sided situation, I guess you can say would be the best way to put it. But it became, her establishment became rat infested. She had no hot water, no AC, nothing. And she eventually, okay, it's a mobile home, right, Sandy? Yeah, I agree, Lumpy Pillow. She is far from sweet. So she eventually got kicked out of the park where she was staying at, and she got kicked out and got into a hotel. And she was staying in a hotel, and it was $100 a night for the hotel room. Her followers paid for that said hotel room. And then she would eventually go back to her car and stay in her car, and then find a more budget friend. How you doing, Vicky? Welcome into live, everybody. All I ask is that you just tap the screen. So she would stay in the car until she could turn around and find a cheaper motel or hotel. And then she came across a church organization that paid for a whole week if it was in a less expensive hotel. Well, that's why I think it's time we start bringing up the new beggars and scammers. Get an idea of who they are and so forth and so on. Somebody had pointed me in this woman's direction, and I sat there and I listened and, so forth and everything. But she likes to live on a caviar champagne budget, but can't because of her receiving Social Security. She loves to buy lottery tickets. That's problem number one. She likes the expensive Bulgarian goat cheese and fancy meals. while still claiming that she's homeless. She ended up having to get Charmin for the hotel the other night because it's the only kind of TP that she'll use, and it's just a big mess. I mean, she's raking in the money because if memory serves me correct, yeah, she gets $1,100 a month in SSI funds, and it's usually spent by the 8th of the month. Her followers paid her for 2 weeks for a motel room. Yeah. And she tried to get the teardrop camper from somebody, and that individual's family told that individual, no, we're not giving it to her. So she's SOL on that teardrop camper. I was in that live when she announced it and announced that she wasn't going to get the teardrop camper now. She gets free food from the church. I mean, she's basically a swindler, a scammer, and a beggar, rolled in one. And she'll play the sweetest and dearest person. But let me tell you something. I've seen a couple of videos come across my page that individuals have sent me. She is far from the sweetest and dearest person. Don't let the looks deceive you. That's what they want you to see. Yeah, they are the most dangerous kind to watch out for. And I'm sorry, but, we're all going through our own same problems. I mean, she has a car. Why can't she DoorDash? Why can't You're welcome, Metaphysical Mel. Look, it's your choice. You want to still follow her, but I'm just being honest. I mean, our money is for our families. I'm just saying, and I'm just being honest. But to the choices of their own and what they make, I hope that it's a good decision and a good choice. Yes, she does try to act a sweet grandma type. She begged for money or no. Yeah, I think she did beg for it. Subway the other day. And I'm like, really? Oh, yeah. Yeah, heavy metal. You're absolutely correct. She loves to tell stories. She loves to get people's attention, and then she turns around and jumps on it about getting the money. Her Linktree's got all of her pay apps in it, by the way, just to let you know. Sorry, I'm drinking my coffee. Coffee's good for somebody. Yes, you're correct. She's laid up in a hotel paid for by her followers. And the thing is that the followers don't get anything out of it. Look, kindness does go a long way. I am not going to disagree with that. However, individuals need to start putting their own hard work into what they want. Mulberries, she's been constantly popping up on my FYP. But to the fact that she takes advantage of other people and their money is the sad part. Hey, Tina, how you doing? Like I said, she's got a car. Go DoorDash or Spark or something. Uber, I don't know if she can do that, but something that could bring in some kind of additional funds. Because we all know, how you doing, Trey? We all know that you can get SSI and work a minimum of hours. So look up Rose Ross is her page name. I don't know if that's the best way to tell you to or not, but sorry, I'm just going through my notes because I want to make sure I get everything covered with this lady. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. So her trailer in the mobile home. Yes, she does have a dog. She uses that dog as a manipulation tool too, by the way. Same as like somebody else we know, Jeff Gainey. So she had GoFundMe set up for home repairs, but the GoFundMe's, I guess, never took traction, and she never got the repairs done. So, and then at some point in time, she received FEMA money for the same repairs and never got them done, which is to me kind of sad. Um, and then when she had to move out of the trailer, that was when the teardrop was supposed to go through. Yeah, twice. The teardrop was supposed to go through, and she never had anything saved up, and she was never looking for alternative housing. Now, when I was in the live, some point in time this week, yes. Uh, Here, let me show you a screenshot so I can show my receipts. So I'll be honest with you all. She started getting to me, and I wanted to reach out to her, and I think this is it. Yeah. So if you look down there in the chat, I literally said to her, I have a resource link tree that's anonymous to use in my bio for nationwide help. She did not even pay attention to any of that at all. She didn't want to see it. She didn't want to read it. And she ignores certain comments. She sees it, but then she ignores it. Okay. Thank you, button. But she sees it and she'll intentionally ignore it because she doesn't want to bring it up. Now, somebody was in this live the same time as I was, and they were literally wanting to, see, Heavy Metal Mom, she doesn't want it. She wants the money, just like all the other scammers and beggars. She is no different. Age to me has nothing. But somebody was in her chat that was literally trying to urge her to look at assisted living or independent living facilities. And they were literally pushing her, and they were gathering a list of phone numbers. And I'm sorry it's running into the chat. My apologies. But I wanted to make sure that you all saw what I put down there as the question, offering her assistance. But the problem is, she said that she was making phone calls and that she's tired, she's exhausted, and she overslept and she had to get laundry done. And yeah, it's a nice hotel. Oh yeah. But the problem is, she doesn't want resources. She doesn't want any kind of long-term residence because of the fact that she has a dog. Now, the other thing that I took notice to is she enjoys yelling at that dog verbally. Now, I have not come across her physically abusing the dog, just verbally yelling at the dog. And then when she went to the front desk today, it was because she was upset, and she was called down to the front desk because they had said that she needed to be, it is still mean. Yeah, and that she had to check out of the hotel room. Unbeknownst to her, the person at the front desk hadn't turned around and checked her in for last night. And the lady that was at the front desk turned around and was able to check her back in for the day. But she was still, needless to say, upset and ticked off about it. Then she asked the front desk clerk if she would like to be on TikTok. Why? And luckily, the front desk clerk turned around and said, no, we can't. It's against company policy, which is the smart decision to make. So, Oh, her transition from the trailer. She lived in a friend's place 4 months rent free. By the way, I forgot to add that in. That's my fault. I don't have my notes in front of me. 4 months rent free and couldn't save any money up, right? And the reason why she had to leave her friend's establishment because he was busy selling the place. So, but yeah, he kicked her out in essence. Correct. No, no, she didn't do anything while she was there. Scot free 4 months. Hey, Arkansas, how's your SSI doing? Hopefully it's holding up. But hey, guess what? Since Maggie likes to do it, I'll do it for you. Bye. We took care of Arkansas. I'm not playing games anymore. She was in Maggie's live today spouting off about how Maggie can beg, and she doubled down on it and said, "You're right, Maggie, because that's exactly what I asked." So, and I'm not bullying anybody, but Arkansas won't grab a box. So, she can actually take a back seat for now. So, uh, yeah, she was live. She was live today. See, here's the catch. She's even got her followers in there saying that you've been very honest with all your money. And then Libra turned around. Is there any way where you can do a grocery pickup? Why? Why would anybody need to do a grocery pickup if she's got all the money herself? I mean, after all, she gets $1,100 a month. Just saying. But yeah, it's just a sad situation that she's gotten herself into. Do I feel genuinely sad for her? To a point. To a point. But at the same time, come on, we've all had to adult up. Yes, she is scamming. I am not going to disagree. Her link tree shows it. She should really start taking a hold of the. My concern in this situation is if she doesn't want to take the resources. Is it a concern to the fact? Is it the concern of the fact that she has not enough invested time in that? But to be able to get, unless she's misused or misappropriated resources, I don't know. I mean, yeah, social scam, you're right. But those are questions that I would honestly ask her, but she probably won't answer them for me. Yes, I do agree. She does utilize the grandma look to her advantage. I agree. I agree. Ultimately, what it comes down to is she's scamming people and scamming followers into giving her money. Well, she shouldn't be doing that, Lucky Star. I'm just being honest. But, nonetheless. And this app has gotten more and more flooded with more and more scammers and beggars, sadly. I saw that, Lucky Star. I saw about the Airbnb, and it was cheaper, and she didn't want to take that offer up. I saw that. That shocked me. That really did shock me. Chris, she's been around for a hot minute. She's got quite a few videos on her page. Yeah, but that was where the kicker was. I don't think they were allowing pets in there. Arkansas, I see you just came back in. Yeah, she gets free breakfast in the morning and then turns around and comes on after breakfast asking to turn around and take hold of the money situation and so forth, and then get the money for the room for the next day. So that's how she builds that up. Arkansas, you're in here. You want to grab a box and call me an old man heifer again? Don't be shy. I saw you over Maggie's live. In fact, I got screenshots of you mouthing off. It's funny, you were in Maggie's live telling everybody else to donate, but yet there you are sitting in her live not giving her a dime. Make that make sense. And yeah, I am going to call you out. But yeah, she likes to use her dog as the manipulation factor. It's a sad situation. Her dog's cute. Oh, she sent her last 5 to her. But needs to say it is what it is. And the amount of begging is getting increasingly sad. But she'll sit in that chair for hours wanting other people's money. And like I said, her SSI is gone and by the 8th. Yes, Lucky Star. She gives out, and I saw it when I was in her live, she will make every excuse in the book as to the reason why she won't go for resources or assistance. So, yeah, Maggie's yeah, it's always gone. And then she's always asking everybody else for her rent, hotel rent. Yes, she does have a car. Upper right-hand corner, top screen, she's sitting in her car. Oh, I know. It was crab legs today for Maggie. Hey, not my money. I'm saving my money for this weekend. You know why? Do you know why what this weekend is? Oh, that's right. It's Memorial Day weekend. And I'm going to have fun with my own family on my own money. Scammers and beggars can go work for their own money. Well, and listen, Button, she can try. It's not gonna work. Too many people have tried to shut down Reddit itself. Look, there's pros and cons with Reddit. You get some good ones, you get some bad ones. I'm even on Reddit, and I really don't care. Yep, exactly, MAGA. Celebrate for those that sacrifice for us to be in this country. That's how I go. You know, that's a good point. Let's do something about that. I don't know how Tim did it. Oh, well. There it is. There it is. That's what Tim used. Look, I wasn't going to keep this a long live, but I figured I'd do it. Yeah, it's Memorial Day weekend, folks. You like my glasses? I like my glasses too. Yeah, that's pretty much all I really wanted to put out there on. No, normally you can turn around and flick your head back, and the glasses would go away or flip up, but oh well. Yeah, snazzy, isn't it? You're welcome. You're welcome, Barbie. I'm gonna keep an eye on her, and definitely keep an eye on Stud Soldier. Rick, maybe not as much. Eye on Stud Soldier. Rick, maybe not as much. Maybe not as much. No, I don't have a podcast. Sorry. I don't do true crimes. Yeah, other than that, that's all I got left. I wasn't going to have a long live because of the simple fact it's Memorial Day weekend, and I think it's more important to spend time with your friends, family, and loved ones. Yes, and definitely pray for the Kyle for their tragic loss. My heart and condolences go out to that family. Oh, begging is a true crime scene. Okay. Other than that, if anybody would like to have a box, you're more than welcome to come up into a box, say your piece, put out what you would like to, say what you want. Lipberry, you need to back out and come back in. This is why we can't have nice things. Oh, okay, begging. Okay. There you go, Lip Bear. See? Now you can have nice things. I'm frozen. I don't know why I'd be frozen. I'd be frozen like this. I see you. You're froze. I'm frozen. The damn Temu Wi-Fi. Why can't you hear me, Kimberly? Yeah, I'm going to wrap things up. Hey, Sinner, how you doing? I'm going to wrap things up. Here's my notes. See them? Yeah, I had to write them up big, sorry. Because people with bad eyes at my age need to read big. But, yeah. It is a tragedy. Sad tragedy. Yeah, other than that, spend time with your friends, family, loved ones. Enjoy the weekend. You earned it. I'm not going to go live until next week. Besides, when it comes to awareness, you got to watch. You got to jot down notes. You got to turn around and take notes. You got to turn around and do research. And I'm working on a few things for the link tree to help it along. Other than that, I'm done, folks. You go enjoy your weekend. And remember, it's Memorial Day weekend. Oh, kitty outside. Let me put this picture up real quick. Ooh, yeah. Oh, and by the way, the true name now has stuck, courtesy to a follower. The kitty's name is Gemini now. There you go. Gemini. I was 5 steps away from that beautiful baby. And yes, she has been fed properly. I've been giving her soft food just to be on the safe side. Nothing hard or anything, nothing out of the ordinary. But this was just this week. And when I gave her the soft food, she ate it all up. But look at that face. Split right down the middle. That's known as a chimera. And she is a beautiful cat. Well taken care of. She's got mass on her, which is good. She doesn't seem to be ridden with fleas or anything, so that's another good thing too. So I fed her today. I'm going to feed her one more time tonight. Oh, there's motion on the side of the house right now. I bet she's over there walking back and forth looking for her dinner. So, but yeah, that's her. That's the pretty Gemini. Oh, yeah, I just got a message that she's looking for her dinner. Okay. I don't know if she's chipped or not, Crispy Pickles. But yeah, the name was given by somebody that came into the live. I appreciate that person, wherever you may be, out in TikTok world. It fit perfect. We loved it. I like it. That's what her name is. So she's outside now looking for food. So I'm going to wrap this live up, everybody. And the day I get her, I will make sure that I document getting her shots and her taken care of. I want to get her fixed. I will make sure that I document getting her shots and her taken care of. I want to get her fixed. It's going to be coming into our house. But she can't come into the house yet because they've been both fixed, so we should be okay. Other than that, you folks have a great weekend. Enjoy it. Spend time with the family and friends. Also, donate to your local organizations out there, SPCA, St. Jude's, and don't forget nursing homes. A lot of the nursing homes are amiss with family and friends. So if you have time that you want to spend some time with, go down to a nursing home and just visit. Doesn't hurt. Let them know that you want to sit down and play board games or cards with them. Make them feel wanted to as well. Other than that, I'm out of here. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for coming into the live. As always, all for one and one for all. Good night.